Captain Forrest here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often not in a cross-verse situation. The Silver Surfer versus Martian Manhunter. Guys new to my channel, please consider leaving a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for the content. Now, I'm going to go ahead, quickly summarize both these combatants, talk about what they bring to the table, and then afterwards, I'm going to go ahead, dive in, give my 2 cents on who I think wins more often not in a cross-verse situation. So let's start off with Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is one of the noblest and most tormented cosmic entities in the universe. The Silver Surfer treasures freedom above all else, has often sacrificed his liberty for the greater good. He was born under the name Norin Rad on the planet Zenla, part of a extremely long-lived and technologically advanced humanoid race which had created a worldwide utopia devoid of crime, disease, hunger, poverty, and want of any kind. To save their planet's peaceful existence at the hands of Galactus, the devourer of worlds, Norin Rad was forced to agree to Galactus's conditions that Norin will serve him for all of eternity. Given a fraction of the power cosmic, Norin was transformed into the Silver Surfer, the herald of Galactus. I am not a god, I have never created life, but I have lived, that is enough, so I will fight to preserve the same opportunity to love, to dream, to soar among the stars for all those yet to come. Many lives will be lost in the battle ahead, but their efforts will ensure that some remain to remember their deeds, and like the gods, they will truly live forever, even after they are gone. When it comes to attack power, the Silver Surfer is certainly not lacking. We've seen Surfer fight the God of Thunder on relatively even terms, though Surfer in this fight was clearly mostly just trying to talk to Thor, whilst Thor wasn't having any of it. The Silver Badass fought against Hulk and the Warbound. A weakened Surfer, under the control of a disc that removes his own will, dominates the fight. He's able to knock Hulk back and display impressive combat skill against the Warbound. He only got beaten down once the disc broke and he lost the need to fight. Even then, he survives Hulk's rage. Surfer suffered no lasting damage. They have a little friendly chat after the fight, when Surfer even offers to take Hulk home. Heck, this dude is capable of activating a device that was keyed to Thanos' level of power. While in an extremely weakened state, Surfer is a peaceful character in general who prefers to avoid murdering randos. Surfer explicitly notes of collateral damage and the fact his hits may endanger human lives, and doesn't use an attack despite it being a fatal situation for him. Iron Man notes that Surfer likely held back his blows, also notes that he was staggered by Iron Man's hit yet unaffected. Surfer willingly took multiple hits from Dr. Minerva and Captain Atlas before getting sick of it at the point he one-shot Atlas. Silver Surfer manages to hold off the Griever at the end of all things for 16 minutes and 4 seconds. The Griever praised Surfer, stating that there aren't many in the universe who could replicate such a feat. Griever states herself, 16 minutes and 4 seconds. That's how long you alone held off the end of the universe. You've earned my respect, Norin Rad. There are precious few who could have achieved such a feat. The Griever at the end of all things, also referred to as simply Griever, is an abstract entity who embodies the very concept of entropy and the end of all existence and possibility. She is the inevitable end of all that is and ever will be. Griever was stated to be the greatest threat the Marvel multiverse has ever faced, which would place her above the Chaos King and the Beyonders. So that's some pretty good, impressive stuff for Surfer. That's going to round up his AP and explain in more detail where he would range in my analysis, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Silver Surfer's speed. For starters, Surfer was able to casually fly through higher layers of reality, dimensions, all the way to the 15,000th dimension. Flying through higher dimensions, 5D or higher, would be immeasurable speed, so here Surfer would have at least 14,995 layers of immeasurable speed. Bonus points for Surfer, looking like he took no effect to do this feat. Very impressive speed feat for Surfer. However, there is more. Surfer is regarded as the best hope of all heroes in the Infinity Gauntlet story, being able to move fast enough to exploit Thanos, dropping his guard for a moment. It's even implied that Thanos needed to use the gauntlet to dodge Surfer. Silver Surfer has time traveled on many occasions, the best of which is in Silver Surfer 2014, where Silver Surfer outran the death of eternity. This is not just Surfer traveling back in time, but Surfer does this while also flying outside of eternity. This would mean that the level of irrelevant speed that you would need to travel across and outside of eternity would literally have to be measurably faster than that. Further supporting this is that Surfer was ending in a stream outside of eternity and could see the new doom possessed eternity. 2015's Secret Wars was an expansive event, quite literally reaching every corner of eternity. With the collapse of the multiverse, it was nearly impossible to escape this seminal Marvel event. As you can see, Surfer is pretty freaking fast, to say the least. But I'm sure you're wondering, what does Silver Surfer have to bring to the table in terms of hexes? The Silver Surfer has phenomenal sensory capabilities and cosmic awareness. He can sense the emotions in beings such as love, greed, fear, etc. So he doesn't only have to sense energy to know where you are. Surfer can sense the weakness in a person using his cosmic awareness. His cosmic awareness allows him to comprehend rules of the universe others would find incomprehensible. We've seen Surfer sense a strange new energy type, and then Near immediately determines what it is and where it's located. Surfer is capable of tracking a grain of space dust through the endless cosmos. His cosmic senses can detect life forms and determine their abilities as well. Heck, thanks to his cosmic senses, Surfer had ample time to know and learn everything the Earth has to offer. Everything. The Silver Surfer is capable of also destroying souls. Surfer can reflect a blast from all of the Infinity Stones at once. In this comic, the Elders were trying to kill Galactus by using the Infinity Stones, and Surfer was able to reflect this blast intended to kill Galactus. This means that Silver Surfer is capable of utilizing an impressive ability known as Attack Reflection. Attack Reflection is the explicit ability to turn one's opponent's attack against them. This is a rather powerful ability, being able to perform offense and defense simultaneously by effectively turning one's efforts against them. How it works usually depends on the user. Some may absorb the attack and then send it back. Others may manipulate the vectors in order to send the attack back from where it came from. Powerful users of telekinesis are usually able to reflect many different kinds of attacks aimed against them. This is not to be confused with one using another power against them, as that is simply trickery rather than the ability tailored to reflecting incoming attacks. Moving on, we've seen Surfer fight a bannerless Hulk and showcase very impressive energy absorption tactics. Surfer was mostly trying to talk to Hulk and was trying to talk him down, and at that point nearly kills Hulk by draining his gamma radiation, which is pretty impressive. We've seen Surfer fight a clone who was a near equal, and this very same Surfer eventually defeats the clone by absorbing all of its energies into himself. We've seen this silver-skinned badass defeat Crossicus, whose natural ability is to absorb energy. Crossicus absorbed the Uni-Power and was significantly amped. The Surfer defeats him by overloading him with the Power Cosmic. But if you think all of this is impressive, man, you haven't seen anything yet. This dude purged the idea of Zenla across eternity. Yep, he erased the culture of an entire planet on a conceptual level. Surfer is also capable of stealing your speed by nullifying the kinetic energy of your molecules to zero, removing vibrations and sound itself. Surfer has showcased fate manipulation as well as resistance to fate manipulation itself. In Silver Surfer Volume 7, Issue 11, Surfer was stuck in an infinite time loop from which he could not escape. Then the Never Queen contacted him and said this: "Surfer, if only you could hear me. There is a way out of this endless path. Exert your free will. Grab hold of all you accept as real, and then reach beyond. Be the one who turns this page in the story of your life. A choice has been made, and with it, new pathways have been revealed, with new tolls that must be paid. You know what must be done, Noringrad. Cast aside all else, create a new possibility, will it into being." Okay, that's going to wrap up Silver Surfer. I'm going to go ahead and jump on and talk a little bit about Martian Manhunter to see what he brings to the table too. And statements for Martian Manhunter and Superman himself. Superman admits that Martian Manhunter is relative, if not above him, while he's suppressed. Martian Manhunter has demonstrated to scrap and press a suppressed Superman in combat. even going toe-to-toe with Superman in a heat vision battle. Martian Manhunter has also taken on the Justice League. Martian Manhunter has launched Superboy Prime with a punch, whereas Black Adam barely did anything to Superboy Prime, even with the advantage of his laced magical lightning. Martian Manhunter has also demonstrated to press and physically hurt Black Adam and fry his face with heat vision in combat. Can mind control you, affect your motor functions in your brain, preventing you from moving. He's demonstrated to mind wipe all of the Justice League, and this is very impressive considering that the Justice League have great mental defenses and resistances. He's beaten and amped Gorilla Grodd with his mind hacks also, which is very impressive. Gorilla Grodd is also an impressive telepath. And lastly, one thing I'd like to mention as well for Martian Manhunter's telepathic powers. Now Shane, his son from another dimension, Shane has the power of the 6th dimension in terms of his telepathic powers, and this same Shane states that Martian Manhunter is stronger than him telepathically, and this is proven and shown when Martian Manhunter mind hacks and literally blitzed Perpetua with his mind hacks and completely embarrassed her in a mental battle, completely restraining her and defeating her and pretty much overpowering and pressing her in combat, which is absolutely impressive. Very impressive scaling for Martian Manhunter's telepathic powers. So that's going to round up his telepathic fortitudes and all that great jazz and all this potency. Let's move on to some of the other things that Martian Manhunter has up his sleeve. Martian Manhunter is able to shapeshift his body into people, animals, and can even take the appearance of a dragon. Martian Manhunter can also phase through objects and people, and also neg other people's intangibility. He's able to perform heat vision just like Superman. Martian Manhunter has control over his whole body and organs on a molecular level. He can create tendrils or constructs out of his own body for offense. He can also wrap his tendrils around his foes to immobilize them. Martian Manhunter has really good regenerative abilities. He's able to come back from his body being nothing but goop on the floor. It would require his foe to destroy every atom in his body. Okay, that's going to round up both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead, move on, talk about who I think wins more often than not in a CrossFit situation. Now, when it comes to AP, I'm leaning Surfer in this one. Martian Manhunter has some decent AP feats, however, just nothing on the level of Surfer. Surfer has shown some tremendous feats over the years and even in current like Marvel Comics as well, just current modern era. So AP wise, Surfer takes it. Speed, I gotta give this to Surfer. Martian Manhunter is depicted to be the slowest out of all the members of the Justice League, and he himself hasn't shown anything crazy in terms of speed. So when it comes to like Surfer, however, Surfer has his own direct, immeasurable, and irrelevant speed feats that he performs himself. Insane, especially with the layers as well. So Surfer taking speed very easily, very comfortably. Hacks, very interesting. Martian Manhunter has some really good hacks, especially with his mind manipulation. I think that might be his best win con going into this. But Surfer himself has some pretty decent resistances. Surfer is extremely hacksy, especially with the power cosmic. He can do a lot of things with the power cosmic. I see him winning more often than not due to his hacks being able to actually subdue and stop Martian Manhunter. He could seal Martian Manhunter inside his surfboard. He could transmutate Martian Manhunter, turning him to anything he wants. He could vaporize Martian Manhunter, erase him from existence, use a bunch of other methods to take out Martian Manhunter, or if he wanted to, he could just drain the energy out of Martian Manhunter, or even power null him. So Surfer, I gotta give victory to Surfer on this one. Surfer is coming in with a massive plethora of tools, everything on deck, and he's ready to use them at will. So more often than not, I gotta give this to Surfer. I'd say at least like low, maybe mid. It's just due to the fact that Surfer is just way too powerful and too fast, and Martian Manhunter is just lacking in those departments. So anyway, gotta give this to Surfer. That's gonna round up this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, and consider subscribing for further content. But anyway, it's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.